What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? I know the people are gonna be coming in. Let me make sure that I got. Just gonna make sure I forward this. Damn. There we go. There we go. But I got a couple more minutes, and then we'll got like a minute or two, and then we'll start because I do have to work tonight, so I couldn't do all of the topics like I wanted to. So I'm doing the Vince Staples breakdown first and foremost, and then I'm also covering the Lego incident with what's his face, Ben, Reckless Ben. Well, what's good, sis? What's good, Noah? See the black hearts. Alright, I think it's a good time to switch over. How's it going, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Or it'll be afternoon in like 15 minutes, but good morning anyway. Let me just turn this down, make sure that my shit isn't peaking, because I do have a tendency to get loud, especially when I'm passionate. But what's good, y'all? I'm fading, so you'll have to excuse me. That's why I'm taking it kind of easy right now. I'm in the bushes a little bit. The pen's kicking in, which is good because I know sometimes it's a little hard for me to get to sleep, and I do have to work tonight. It just sucks having a 9 to 5 on top of this bullshit, but the 9 to 5 helps pay the bills, so I can't complain. I gotta do it. Gotta do what I gotta do. Getting ready to go to the store. Safe travels. Please be careful out there. But this is for replay, gang, because I know everybody's streaming today. I know Imani dropped her new album. I just finished my reaction to it this morning. I recorded the whole thing. I'll have that up on I'll probably just put it on either my channel here. I'll put a snippet of it here on YouTube, and then the rest is going on my Patreon because YouTube does not like music. And honestly, I'm done fighting with them. I'm tired of it. So I'll have a good portion of the music reaction. I'll put like maybe like a 15-minute segment, and then the rest will be available on Patreon. That's how I'm gonna do it from now on. Because UMG sucks. Just any music company, YouTube and their ad bullshit, it sucks. So blame YouTube. What's good, Wildflower? What's good? But yes, I am going to be breaking down Vince Staples' Cotton piece by piece because I did my reaction the other day, and I feel like there's still a lot more that we could talk about, or at least that I could talk about, because there are some things that I didn't catch on the first time that I think I might end up catching on the second, like the rewatch. Kendrick posted what? The album? Imani's album? Oh, that's how they did it. He put it on YouTube. That's a pretty genius way to advertise somebody now that I'm thinking about it. Hey Josie, what's good? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna be starting I'll be starting the breakdown soon, and then we'll get into, because this story that Wildflower sent me, just it started off simple, and then it went from zero to Narcos in 2 seconds. But honestly, I'm kind of glad that it happened, because they're not even hiding this shit anymore. But I do really want to talk about it. Let me see. Switch over to here. Oops. Wrong way. There we go. That's what I wanted. We'll move us right here. YouTube. I think I got it. Perfect. Oh, is it not going to capture the audio? Does it not want to capture the... Is it going to do that? Alright, then I guess I'll have to work around. Bam. Easy workaround. Since Streamlabs want to be stupid. With you too. Stop doing the music videos. Yeah, like I'll just do like a 10-minute, 15-minute version just for people to see, and then the full thing is going on Patreon, because I'm sick of this shit. YouTube can suck my ass. Like, I'm still gonna put out the reaction for people to see, but like the full thing is gonna be on Patreon. Doesn't matter if I'm reacting to a song or if I'm reacting to an album. Like, it's going on Patreon, which is only, what did I put my lowest tier at? $2. Same price as my YouTube membership. Lowest tier is $2. So you guys aren't part of the Patreon, go ahead and join. If you want to support the channel, you get access to exclusive content that YouTube straight up blocked because they're bitches. Fuck y'all, by the way, YouTube. Yeah. Like my ASAP Rocky Don't Be Dumb album reaction, it's not on YouTube. It was on YouTube, but it's not there anymore. Why? Because they blocked it. Because they're a piece of shit. They're a bunch of fucking actual terrorists. So I took it off of YouTube and I put it on Patreon. Because fuck you, YouTube. Take my fucking album reaction down. But these niggas can go ahead and coon it up to their heart's content. And theirs perfectly fine. They get all their advertisers and all their sponsors and shit. I appreciate you guys making your mixtape copyright free, public domain. Oh yeah, I knew she was a PG Lang artist because I saw like I stay sub to Chilling with Moni despite personal feelings. I still stay sub because I get the latest scoop on news. She's fucking S tier when it comes to hip hop news. Hip hop little behind the scenes snippets, sneak peeks, all that shit. Top of her game. Personality is hit or miss, but I don't know her that well, so I can't really, I don't have like a profound judgment. But just from like witness testimonies from other sources, I'm just like it's not for me. They blocked my whole Damani album too, and Jill Scott. I didn't record a reaction to the Jill Scott album, but I do have my Damani album on Patreon. All of my ad-free videos, I'm also gonna, every time I post to YouTube, I'm also gonna post it on Patreon because I know YouTube has ads. YouTube likes to use ads, and so I'll be putting my ad-free content on Patreon because with YouTube Premium's like 20 fucking dollars a month, y'all, and they're about to raise it again, so it's going to be $25 a month just to get no ads and to play your music offline and like download videos and shit offline. That they're making you pay almost $30 a month for that. So the cheaper alternative for you guys would be just $2 Patreon. You get access to literally everything ad free. I love the way Peachy Lang is doing the rollout. I like it too. It's definitely interesting. It's new. I didn't even know until, like I said, Imani popped up on my feed, and I'm just like, who is this? PG Lang? New artist? And then I was like, does she have any songs out? Only to see that she had an entire album. And I'm like, oh, she's got a new album. I'm gonna go ahead and record this just to get it out of the way. Yeah, 25. $25. But I'm not gonna waste any more time. I got like maybe 2 hours, so because once that 2 o'clock hits, that's my countdown. That's why I really just gotta like cut it off and go to sleep. Because um, it's like I may, if I'm feeling like shit, I may just prolong the stream for a little while. But like again, that's my full time, and I can't. As much as I would want to call out half the time, I can't because that's my bread and butter right there. That pays for the editing software and all the equipment. Well, some of it. It it's paid for most of it here. So in order to upgrade said equipment, I still need steady source of income. And until this YouTube gets to the point where that becomes the steady source of income, I gotta make lattes and milkshakes and smoothies, which I don't have a problem with because I make damn good ones. I put pictures of my drinks that I've made in the Discord. So, oh yeah, that reminds me. I knew I was forgetting something. Gotta get the invite link. Join the Discord. Damn. And that puts it in both YouTube and Twitch. And we're gonna. Oh, I have to. It's not gonna let me. It's not gonna let me pin it and sis, can you pin that for me? I forgot. I'm like, you have mods. We're gonna get into the video. I've stalled long enough. Now, this part. That's the first piece of imagery that we're hit with after the flag and the flashing. We've got the flashing lights shining through the bullet holes in the flag. Continuity, this is the same flag that he painted white in White Flag and then shot full of holes. Now there's a projector light behind it, and suddenly you can still see everything. You can see the stripes and the stars and stripes, and it's all black and white, I noticed. And I didn't think about it during the video, but seeing it here with the light shining through it, it shows that I think that shows a more profound message that even if you try to paint over the history, when you shine the light on it, when it comes to light, like we'll use the light of truth in this metaphor, when the light hits it, you'll still see what was underneath. You'll still see what they tried to cover up, what they tried to hide. Because if you notice, he painted the flag white. While on the one hand, it was, an obvious white flag of surrender, because he said in white flag, I'm tired of fighting. I just want peace. That's it. But then he shot the white flag, symbolizing the fact that the oppressors won't leave us the fuck alone, even when we submit, because they want full and utter control. They want total domination. This part carries on to that, and honestly, it completes it in kind of like a triad, where the flag was painted over because of people constantly trying to cover up the history. They want to whitewash everything because they're the victors, so they think they can rewrite history the way they want it to be. But when you shine the light on the whole situation, no matter how much you've painted over it, you can still see the truth buried underneath. Because you can still see each individual star and each individual stripe, despite the fact that he painted over both sides. And then shot it. Oh no, he painted over one side and then shot it with bullet holes. And even through that, you still see everything that was covered up in white flag, which I think is a really cool. That's cool on like a scientific level. Yes, let's address the lynching. The shit happened. Again, like I said in my review or in my reaction, it happened. I know YouTube's like, oh, you use hate speech or violence against a group of people. Fuck you. Did you say that about the white people that lynched our ancestors and made their wives and kids watch? No. So fuck you. This is history. It's fucking. It's our time now, bitch. Y'all have had your time. But yes, y'all did this shit. And I noticed that they made the person who's pulling the rope kind of look a little gnarled and almost like it's giving off very like imp fiendish vibes, like a literal demon, because you see the way the legs are. I don't know, like the way that they're built is like it could just be the puppetry, but the way that they're going about it gives it kind of like a old Renaissance demonic feel to it. But yeah, this is the shadow that's buried underneath everything that they tried to whitewash. By the way, this right here, that they did this shit to our people just because we existed, and they didn't like that because we wanted to coexist in a land that we were forcibly taken to, and they didn't like that. So they committed actual hate crimes, horrific crimes that were completely legal, because that's how the law was. A Negro gets lynched out in the middle of fucking Mississippi. Nobody bats an eye. Public executions. Bring your wives and kids to see us lynch this Negro in town square. Fun for the whole family. We've got cotton candy for 25 cents too. Yeah, no, y'all did this petty shit. And y'all want to gaslight us on the internet and be like, oh, I don't know why you're so upset. Slavery was 300 years ago. This was 50, not even 50 years ago, y'all. 50. There are people who are still alive today that lived in this time and still remember it fondly, vividly. There are people who were children during this time who saw this shit with their own eyes, walking among you today. In your Walmarts, your Targets, your fucking Pizza Huts. There are people who witnessed this shit and experienced it walking among you today. So you don't get to fucking use that excuse that, oh, slavery happened 300 years ago. That's the only shit that y'all cherry pick out of all of our frustration is slavery, like that's the only fucking thing y'all did to us. Let's be real. Let's be real. And it's the fact that your savior, Drake, Drizzy, BBL Drizzy, made that slave bar, and everybody thought that, oh my god, that was so hard. Y'all niggas are part of the problem. Y'all, the coons that help these white oppressors. And again, I have to specify it's not all white people. It is the white people that put raisins in the potato salad and try to bring it to the cookout. And then look at you like you're the problem when you say, what the fuck is this shit? Get this fucking demonic shit out of here, you bald-headed demon. Because that's what I really want to say. These white people want so badly to have our fucking culture, but they can't have it. They want everything adjacent to black people, but they don't want the black people. How the fuck does that work? How does that work? How do you want the black aesthetic without the black people, you dumb fuck? Black is in the name. Obviously, the black people are going to be attached to it. Like, I don't want to get canceled, but I really want to, like, the R word is sitting right here on the tip of my tongue. I don't want to offend the morons and the single cell amoebas. I don't want to offend the actually mentally disabled people. Because even the mentally disabled are not that stupid. I give them credit. They're not that stupid. They're not. So to call y'all the R word would be an insult to the mentally disabled. And I'm not trying to do that because I actually respect them. It's y'all motherfuckers that I don't respect. The ones that go on the internet saying whatever the fuck they want about black people and then being surprised when there's consequences. Goodbye, Chutter Bob. Fucking rotten hell, bro. You did it to yourself. I would say I hope you get fucked in the ass by a bunch of black dudes, but you were doing that already. You fucking freak. Now I'm roasting you. You got so fucking mad because the nigga you was smashing stopped putting it in your butt. That's the only reason why you went around harassing black people, because you couldn't get it up the ass anymore. Be so for real. These are the people that are leading your MAGA shit. These are your leaders, y'all. A whiny pillow princess that goes on a racist rampage because he can't get BBC in the ass anymore. And a man whose wife got railed by the nigga that knocked him out only to file for divorce. And a whiny Jewish kid that uses the fact that he's Jewish to hide behind the fact that he's a deplorable piece of shit human being. Then you've got Myron and whatever the fuck the other one's name is, those mega virgins over there, spouting their idiocracy and getting paid for it from dumb motherfuckers like y'all in the manosphere that give them money thinking that it'll somehow materialize you a harem of bitches. Never thinking once that it's your fucking shitty personality and not the fact, that's the fact that people don't want to be within 100 miles of you. No, it's the women's fault. They're just a bunch of whores. You say that while ironically being the biggest whores I've ever seen on the internet. Y'all will just suck and glaze and grapefruit these people that don't fucking care about you. But the moment it's time to stand up for something, to put your nuts to the test, all of a sudden they shrivel like raisins. Everybody's running for the hills. People want to shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to fucking say nothing. They want to try to stay neutral. Oh, why can't we all just get along? Fuck you. To every single piece of shit person that I just named, fuck you. Crash out over. We're continuing the breakdown.
Where I come from, you can't be soft.
So he says, where I come from, you can't be soft. And it shows violence, people being arrested. Trying to think. Let me see. Yeah, here. That's I can't remember where that's footage from, but it's a very important event in history. I remember this footage because it was that one and then the riots. Yeah, I think it's the LA riots actually, now that I'm looking at it. Cuz I remember I think Black Hat Reacts, shout out to him. He said that this was footage of the LA riots. And then I didn't know that this was actually this is cam footage of a shooting that happened, cuz he pointed out that the logo on the side says TMC, which is, I didn't know, the strip mall that Nipsey Hussle owned. So this footage may or may not show some shit happening that may or may not be related to Nipsey Hussle, allegedly.
These young street punks might not you all when ye.
And then it shows a bunch of people in church, just nothing but church. I love the imagery that they show with the arms spread open when they say Jesus was up on the cross. Hey, sweet cookies, good to see you. T, hey, what's good? I'm doing a full breakdown of Vince Staples' Cotton. And I went on a whole rant and I said, fuck Shutter Bob. I said, fuck Myron and his fucking left nut, whatever the fuck his name is. I said, fuck Adam22, fuck Aiden Ross, fuck Andrew Tate, fuck all of them. They can all burn. They can burn in hell. Special places in hell. For all of them. Including the president. Fuck him too. Nobody give a fuck about no fucking Donald Trump. Fucking dumbass orange motherfucker. But we're gonna go back. Because I loved how he matches the lyrics with the video. Because I do that too. Because I edit for a couple Christian music channels. And so when I always try to make the footage line up with the lyrics in some way, shape, or form. You know, because it kind of gives it more meaning and it makes the words hit a lot harder.
When Jesus died upon that cross, he left us lost, singing the same old song.
So that part, when Jesus died up on the cross, he left our souls singing the same old song. He left us here. And bouncing off of what Black Hat Reacts said, he was tying it to when black people were enslaved, how we used music to get us through. Singing the same old songs. We were singing the same old songs. We were singing hymns. Like, that's how gospel came about. We were singing church hymns. We were singing, making our own songs, using them as codes to talk to each other. That's how we communicated back then, so that the overseers didn't pick up on it. And if we couldn't say the words, we learned how to sing, goddammit. We learned to hum, we learned to whistle, we learned to do everything. Music has been tied to our people for as long as we can remember, for as long as we had breath. So music and black people are one and the same. We are practically the same. We are the same, honestly. Honestly, I think black people are just gods of music. They are. I'll say it. Because y'all want it so bad. Why do you want it so bad if it's not that good? Why do you want the hairstyle so bad if you don't like it? Why do you want the BBLs and the lip injections and the breast injections if we're ugly? Sounds like a bit of an insecurity problem to me. Sounds like y'all don't like looking at your fucking pale, pasty, bony, flaccid asses in the mirror. And y'all want something unique. Because all your bitches look the same now. That's not even racist to say. Y'all are all getting cosmetic surgery and y'all all look exactly the same. A bunch of Kim Kardashian clones walking around thinking that you're shit, that you look cute just because you got a bunch of mindless simps beating their meat to your feet pics on OnlyFans every month because they genuinely don't even like you as the person. They like the fantasy of what they want you to be, and you make money off of it. I mean, I hope the money's good. I hope the money was good, Adam.
Drop the needle, turn up the volume. Record speed in this show, hypnotic music make you feel.
Hmm? No, because it wasn't that hot. Sorry, y'all. That's my mom. So we get into the chorus, and of course, I didn't really pick up on it the first time, but after a couple times of hearing it, I was like, okay. I was trying to like formulate my thoughts around it as I was listening to the song.
So, but drop the needle, turn up the volume. Record speed in this show, hypnotic music.
So he says, drop the knee and turn up that volume. Now, when I heard drop the knee, that I don't know why that made me think about Colin Kaepernick, but it did because that was a very important moment. That also made me think about the George Floyd incident. Like, we can't, anything having to do with taking a knee or dropping a knee is just like burned into our culture now. It's burned into our history because we've got Colin taking the knee to protest what was it, to protest the mistreatment of the Black Lives Matter. It was, I think it was in protest of George Floyd, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I can't remember. It was definitely to stand against the NFL and its exploitation of black people, but it was during the Black Lives Matter movement. Because that was when the white people and the gay people started coming in with the all lives matter. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Nobody was talking about y'all. This is grown folks talking. Take your little gay ass back into the corner. But, like, that's all. I believe that's what it was for. Not saying you need it, but if you want, I could build you out like a super pro sounding audio setup. Just a nerd about audio. Is it drop the needle? Like on a vinyl. Okay, so he is saying drop the needle. Good, good. Because I was hearing it differently, and it might be because of the way his vocals are mixed. But because if you notice, it's not louder than the mix, but it's like perfectly fused in with the vocals. But sometimes with the music and the bass and the drums and everything, it makes it kind of hard to hear what he's saying because he's singing so low. He's singing at pretty much like a low tenor. So with all that mid range that's in the mix already, having his vocals that are also mid range and like lower mid range on top of that, it kind of blends together frequency wise. Oh, like my mic. Oh, here, I have my gain. I could turn my gain off. Actually, I might just delete that. That might have helped a little bit. And then I could just turn my mic volume down. It's the way that the microphone itself is positioned, and also I don't have a what the fuck is the what's the box called? I can't remember. I don't have an EQ table. One that I could just like hook up into my computer cuz I have a lot of shit hooked up there already. I also just need to get a better microphone arm. I think that might also have to, but it is what it is. Cuz it's weird trying to play around with the audio because YouTube compresses the audio when they process like that download the video, so that fucks the audio. And because I'm getting the raw audio in my editing software, what I'm hearing is a lot different than what people on YouTube are hearing, because I'm hearing like small shit in between that that normal people won't pick up on YouTube, that I don't even pick up when I'm listening through like my wireless earbuds, or if I'm just listening through the speaker itself. Even asked someone in military how to protest respectfully, so he was suggested to kneel. Elgato Wave XLR MK2. I wish I had XLR MK2 money, but I don't. Maybe I will see if I can get my hands on one. That's definitely been my goal, cuz I don't have XLR money. I don't have the higher tech Elgato. I don't have Sennheiser money either, but I know I've heard that Sennheisers are really good too. Um it's trial and error, honestly. I started off with a fucking blue snowball, dead ass, just and then I can't even remember what the fuck I had later. I think I was just using my headset mic actually. I was using the shitty mic that came with the headset. Annie, welcome. Do I react to movies? I don't, because YouTube doesn't like movies, and neither does Twitch. I might react to a movie. I don't know. Next time you want to rent, we'll definitely hop on Discord and support you on the matter. You will always have me in your corner of this bullshit. I appreciate it. Thank you, Wildflower. So if he asked somebody, he asked somebody in the military how to protest, and they said to kneel, so he did. And then the president was trying to like rally people together to what, be mad at him for protesting the exploitation and abuse of his people. Yeah, that is, I'm trying to think, that is exactly what happened. And people still clown him to this day. They're like, "Oh, you're a rich guy. You're fucking rich. Why do you even care? You fucking. It must be nice in that fucking multi-million-dollar mansion, while the people you're protesting for are literally lower middle class." Which, on the one hand, I get it. There's just people that don't like celebrities specifically because of the fact they're rich, and I genuinely just think that's a personal problem. It's like they're mad because they're broke, so they take it out on the celebrities. I'd say take it out on the celebrities who are actually pieces of shit, who deserve that ire. I wouldn't just say fuck all celebrities, because that is their job. They just get paid a lot more money for it because it's in much higher demand. Because when someone is injured, you kneel for them when they're on the field and being walked off. This is standard in practically every sport, with the exception of those that can't hockey. Okay. I didn't know that. Like, if you. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I've seen that before. Because there have been plenty of times where I'm watching football and somebody gets injured and they're all kneeling. Not literally, that just came back to me. Holy shit. I can't believe I didn't even think about that. I didn't even consider that. Yeah, that's pretty customary, actually. And they really fucking, they bullied this man out of the NFL for doing something that was common practice. That's fucking crazy. But yes, we will continue, because the way, when the chorus continues here, there's something that I noticed that I wanted to talk about.
Make you feel just like cotton. Pick me up when I feel like falling down. Pick me up when I feel like falling down. Pick me up when I feel like falling. Drop the needle, turn up that volume. Record spinning, this show him like cotton. Pick me up when I feel like falling down.
So when he says, "Drop the needle, turn up the volume," music makes you feel so hypnotic. Feel makes me the music makes me feel like cotton. Pick me up when I feel like falling. One, I think Black Hat Reacts already mentioned this, but the pick me, I feel like cotton. Like pick me up when I feel like falling. The music makes me feel like cotton because, we picked the cotton, and like, while yes, it is a stain on our culture, the music is what honestly made it. It was like the yin to the yang. It was what kept the balance. It was what restored our personal spiritual balance, because that was how we coped. That was how we went throughout our day. That was how we kept ourselves sane. And so pick me up when I feel like falling. Damn. It plays with a lot of dichotomy here, cuz it's like on the one hand, feeling like cotton, whatever, like that sucks. That's a horrible time. It's a horrible stain on our history, picking cotton and shit, but he's like, pick me up when I feel like falling, in regards to the music that he's talking about. So he's saying the music makes me feel like how the people, our ancestors, did when they picked cotton. It was healing for the soul. It was what gave them hope. And so he's literally saying the music gives me hope, but he's also tying in the cotton with it, which I think is a very, very intelligent move, because he's showing that you cannot have one without the other, because then there is no balance. You can't take only the good stuff while ignoring the bad parts, because if you ignore the truth and you sweep it under the rug and you hide it, you're only dooming yourself to repeat those mistakes because you've forgotten about them. That's how the same bullshit ends up happening over and over and over again. It's because people refuse to acknowledge it. They want to sweep it out of the way. Oh, it happened a long time ago. Just get over it. It's not going to happen again. But then it does happen again. And suddenly everybody's looking at that retard that said that dumb shit. And they're sitting there like, what? Can't we all just get along? All lives matter. Like, it is what it is. But like, I love how he is symbolizing that they need to exist. They need to coexist because they have fused together. The cotton and the music, the trauma and the music have fused. And that's how we dealt with the trauma, was through the music. But we wouldn't have the music if the trauma didn't exist, if it didn't happen. So at the root of all black music is suffering, because that's how we stayed sane when we were suffering. That's what pulled us through for decades and generations upon generations. And it's only evolved. But that's where the music came from. And that's why the white people's music will never be as profound and as human as black music, because it came from a real place of suffering. That's what we sang when we were at our wits' end, when we were down on our luck, when we felt like the only other option was death. But for some reason, we still chose to keep going. Why? I don't know. Some sort of blind hope for a better tomorrow? It was in the music. And the music is what gave us hope. So I love that he's including all of the negative clips in with the good, because they need each other. It's the light and the dark, the yin and yang. It needs each other in order for balance to remain.
Pick me up when I feel like falling down.
I love this.
As life goes on, and
yeah, so when he's literally matching up the visuals with the lyrics, the life, the new life, the baby, bringing forth new life into the world, and then you see all of this destruction. It's creation, the cycle of creation and destruction. There's so many religions that are centered around this. this simple concept of creation and destruction needing to be necessary in order for balance to continue. Like, good and evil need each other. You can't have too much of either. You can't have too much good because then that makes room for more evil. It becomes unbalanced. Then you can't have too much evil because then there's no good. It's unbalanced. It has to be perfectly balanced. I'm going to steal a line from Thanos. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm sorry, I keep ranting about it myself. The Irish have been oppressed for centuries. That's what ended up creating the IRA. Then you have Irish people who were pushed out of their homes or forced to become indentured servitudes. Yeah, well, the Irish went and the Scottish went through just as much, if just as much shit as black people. I would argue they didn't go through as much because they came from a different country, but like they were treated exactly the same. It didn't matter that their skin was white. If they had Irish or Scottish, they were just as low class as the black people. And that's how we all bonded. Honestly, us, the Italians, the Jews, that's how we all bonded. Was the fact that we were all ostracized minorities who didn't align with their white male Christian stereotype. That's why you have so many mixed kids coming from Hebrew heritage. Because when the Jewish people and the black people started mingling, that was how essentially how integration started. It was the Italians and the fucking Jewish people and the Irish and the Scottish that were going in and mingling with the black people. It wasn't the fucking preppy white people. It wasn't until their kids got old enough to start rebelling and they started doing it, not because they actually cared about the black people, but because it was a way to stick it to the man. Then that's when they had a problem. Oh my god, our perfect pure white children can't be mixing with these undesirables, because that's what they call us, undesirables. Wait till you hear the mixtape. It's gonna be so much pain. Look, you fucking put your all into that mixtape, bro. Like, I know it's gonna be good. We write our pain through our music. Exactly. And that's why the Kendrick and Drake battle, I keep cutting back to it, but that's why it was so profound, because it ended up becoming more than just a rap battle. It was a reminder of why our music persists, why we create music the way that we do. It was a reminder to all black people everywhere that our music comes from something much deeper than just notes on a piece of paper. It comes from much deeper than just playing an instrument or putting a fucking AI code or a fucking AI prompt into a computer and bringing up a preloaded drum beat. It runs much deeper than that. You know, it comes from our pain, the pain of our ancestors, the pain that we had to witness and endure. And we endured it. That's why we fucking have all these debilitating heart issues that run in our blood. Because we've been stressed out from day one. We came out the pussy stressed. Stressed the fuck out. Because we were already at a disadvantage. Imagine being so stressed out as a race of people that you're more susceptible to having strokes and high blood pressure and heart disease and liver failure and shit like that. And diabetes. Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because you inherited it from this bitch who inherited it from that bitch who inherited it from the next bitch who inherited it from. Come on now, it literally is passed down. It's like hand me down diseases. Like, what the fuck? It's your fault. All these fucking racist ass white people, it's their fault. You're the reason we're the way that we are. But you want our culture so goddamn bad. Yeah, no, you just want everything. You bunch of fucking spoiled, rotten diaper babies. That's why I'm hoping I'm gonna be so excited when Vince Staples drops this fucking album, because the cover of the album is this fat ass, obese ass Donald Trump baby wearing an American flag diaper and throwing a temper tantrum with 2.5 teeth in his mouth. And I think that is the perfect representation of the leadership that is happening in our country right now. Perfect representation of all of the leaders, not just him. All the ones up at the top that want to see you decimated, that want to sell you on the black market, that want to like take your organs for themselves, that think that they're better than you just because they make more money than you. We'll continue.
You need someone.
Oh, you need someone.
You hold.
Yep. You need someone that makes you whole, and then it shows the marriages. And because, like, not to go back into it, but we're going to go back into it anyways, fuck it. We had to get married differently. Because back then, black people, slaves weren't allowed to get married. Not the traditional way, and even if they did, they technically weren't married. It gave them an excuse to sell them off to different states. Break up families. They've been breaking up families for generations. And then they wonder why the black family dynamic is so fucked. We were just trying to rebuild it. Notice how when we were at the peak of our progress is when they started doubling down on the abuse. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. This is fucking obnoxious. But whatever. It has to be there. It has to be there it's there for a reason. But yes, but like notice how when we were at the peak of our progress that their attacks and their hate crimes started increasing and becoming more potent and more violent. And then the tactics became a little more sly. Well, instead of outright attacking them, let's just make them attack themselves. Let's pay some people to stir up trouble in the city. Let's go around and meet and bake our quota and do drug busts, plant some cocaine on their body and fill up these prisons, and so we can make more money off of them, so we could sap up taxpayer dollars to pay for all these people that probably aren't even criminals. But because you sprinkled a little bit of crack on them, you were able to get them in an open shut case, taking advantage of a rigged system that was designed to keep us from ascending to our true power. Generational trauma does exist. Some people need to stop pretending it doesn't. It has been scientifically studied. That is a thing. Exactly. And it's like, if you're white, generational trauma is valid. If you're like, oh, generational trauma of like sexual abuse or violence or domestic violence, or like generational trauma from daddy issues, mommy issues, sibling issues, only child syndrome. White people came up with all of these different terms and shit for these debilitating mental illnesses. But the moment black people brings up their generational trauma, that's still going, by the way, that hasn't stopped. We're called irrational. We're told we're overreacting. We're just restarting shit. Just shut up about it. Just forget about it. Just get over it. Yeah, no, I mean you try getting hoses sprayed on you with enough force to break through a glass window pane. You try getting literal attack dogs ripping your flesh apart. You try having somebody that you care about hung from their neck from a tree while your kids and your cousins and your nephews and nieces are made to watch. You try having a brother get shot in an alley, but they don't bother investigating it because they rule it as a gang-related attack, even though you lived in the suburbs. You try having people police you on how you should wear your hair because it's not the straight white standard. You have it to where you commit a crime and people are like, "Oh, it's the usual suspects again. It's the blacks. They're at it again, killing their own people." I don't think y'all couldn't handle it. I said it in my last video. Y'all are just a bunch of pussies. A bunch of bullies, actually. Like, you couldn't handle a fraction of the shit that we went through. You couldn't. You would lose your fucking minds in a heartbeat. Because you can never have a reality in where you are not the victor. That's how self-important you are. Which, as I said in my is right does like analogy or psychology of racism video, that white superiority does not exist. At least not in the way they think it does. No, white superiority, the fact of anybody believing that they're superior than somebody else always stems from insecurity. Every single person who has said they are superior to somebody else was struggling with deep-rooted insecurities and self-identity issues. So no, white superiority does not exist. It's white inferiority. And they literally project their own self-loathing onto the rest of the world because they didn't want to feel like pieces of dog shit anymore. They were like, well, let's just conquer the rest of the world to fill this empty void in our hearts that we'll never be able to fill because we're horrible pieces of shit. So yeah, no, anybody who claims to be a white supremacist, they're, I don't know what the word for like inferiorist. They're white inferiorists. I know that's not a word, but it's a fucking word now.
That's love, but please don't be deceived.
This part was very interesting. Don't be deceived. You see, there it's showing a black person at the dentist, and the two white people, they're like, it's a dentist, they're operating on them and everything, but you see the guy is really cheesing it up. He is just cheesing. He is smiling, grinning like the fucking Cheshire cat, which leads right into the next line where he says, "Don't be deceived." Why does he show this old white man grinning at you with such fucking. That's murderous intent in that face right there. He is grinning like, "I am going to kill so many of you guys tonight. Just let me get through this fucking 8-hour shift and your ass is grass." But he says, "Don't be deceived," but don't. They smile in your face. Whole time they want to take your place. Them backstabbers. That's exactly what that was for. So when he says, "Don't be deceived,"
If you choose wrong, they'll take everything.
if you choose wrong, they'll take everything. Don't be deceived by these smiling faces. Because the moment you misstep, the moment you step out of line, the moment you do something that they find unfavorable, they turn on you like a pack of bloodthirsty hyenas. And they take everything. They don't just stop at taking a few things. They want to completely dehumanize you. They'll take everything from you. And they don't give a fuck. Why should they? Why should they care? They're not black. They're the superior one for some fucking reason. If you have to keep telling yourself that you're superior to another race, newsflash, you're not fucking superior. You're only trying to convince yourself. Like, y'all genuinely just don't believe it. You don't even believe it. Y'all don't even believe your own bullshit. Y'all can't, that's why you can't even defend yourselves from this Donald Trump shit anymore. Even the MAGAs are mad at Donald Trump. Like, we didn't call that shit damn near 10 years ago. It's y'all fault. Y'all niggas voted for him. Y'all voted that piece of shit in office. And now all this bullshit. Y'all did this. Power to the fucking people. Bullshit.
Show hypnotic music make you feel just like cotton. Pick me up when I feel like falling down. Pick me up when I feel like falling down. Pick me up.
I love these clips.
Drop the needle, turn up that volume. Record spinning this show hypnotic music make you feel just like cotton.
And I love that he keeps cutting back to the cotton, and but also weaving it in with the shots of us. This part here. This part. Very important. Again, he shows the lynching of black folks and how they publicly advertised it. And then notice how when he's showing that imagery, he's saying the words, dance for me, dance for me. I don't think there's any other way you can interpret that, black people. When you say dance for me, and you show a bunch of, yeah, you know what they were talking about. The Satchmos, Mr. Step and Fetch It, the Soft Shoe, Mr. Bojangles. Yeah, dance for me, boy. That part. Them sundown towns that still exist, by the way. Sundown towns are still a thing. Towns where you cannot be there when the sun goes down if you are anything other than white, because they have free range to kill you. Still legal. Still exists to this day. And the authorities don't fucking care. Like I said, they're not white. Or they're not black. Like, why would they fucking care about these sundown towns that say you can't be here past a certain time? Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because of the color of your skin. So much so that they are called sundown towns. Very publicly known. And that they're still legal. That's a thing. Racial discrimination isn't legal anymore. My fucking ass. But we're gonna continue. And you see here, he's dancing, but he's mixing in images of black people dancing with the lynching and the imagery there. But you notice how when he said drop the needle, turn up that volume, it was of black people dancing and making music and performing, like, having fun. But then in this part, it almost seems like it's like a mockery. It's literally just, he's like taunting us now. And he's flashing this imagery, this horrific imagery. And it really makes the lyrics feel more like a taunt. And that makes me think about, it wasn't, not Squabble Up. Was it Hey Now? Where he goes into the I see the aliens hold hands, they want to see me do my dance. I let them watch me do my dance. That's Hey Now, right? With Dodie Six. But yeah, that's what that makes me think about. That's why it's called a sundown town. They get you when the lights off. They used to make us dance back in the day for the slave owners. Yep. Mm-hmm. They did that, and for copyright and for advertiser purposes, I will not look up what buck breaking is. But if you don't know what buck breaking is, look it up. Look it up. Not because it's a good thing, but you need to know. You need to know what they did. You deserve to know the truth. Look up buck breaking, y'all. White people who are ignorant on what that is, look it up. Google it. Ask your fucking AI chatbot that you're probably having roleplay sex with when the lights are off. It's okay. No, it's not. But yeah, go ahead and look it up. Don't say I didn't warn you. And then this shows Michael here, along with this imagery, and it's mixing in the dancing with, oh god, and the fact that he showed that version of Michael only really, oh my god, that mm, because we know Michael was under a lot of controversy for the whole skin lightening thing and shaping his features to look more white, giving himself more Aryan features, prominent jawline, the cleft chin, the long narrow bridge of the nose, very thin lips, the arched eyebrows. Oh god, and the fact that he was the most famous dancer of all time. Just, oh my god, that imagery thrown in with the imagery that we've already been shown while saying the lyrics, dance for me, dance for me. I want to see you dance for me. Just fuck. Damn it. And that also, okay, don't mean to deviate again. POV, Tyler the Creator's verse. Um what the fuck did he say? He said, when it's time to be the hero, will you become the devil or the tap dancing Negro? And then he does the Michael Jackson dance on the table. He does the, like, I think he did like the little kick. Just all of these sources are coming together, y'all. This is why I smoke. This is why I need my brain muscles to be, at peace. Because when I start connecting shit, it's like a spider web. It's a spider web of music and lyrics and references and shit that reminds me of this, shit that reminds me of that, stuff that I'm pulling from pop culture, shit like that. It's all downhill from here, folks. Vince has a way with using sarcasm slash double meanings in his music. Okay, yeah. So I think that is meant, like, this whole piece right here, this portion of the song is meant to be sarcastic, but it's also, what's unnerving about it is the fact that you could totally hear somebody saying this shit. We have heard people say this shit many times. We can hear it in the southern accent and everything. The fact that you can hear those words coming from their voices is insane. It's like, that's like Pavlovian levels of conditioning. And for my non-psychology people who don't know, Pavlov is, he did an experiment with dogs where he would ring a bell every time before he fed them their food. And so after a while of him ringing the bell and giving them their food, they knew whenever that bell rang, it was time to eat. So he would ring the bell and they would just come out on their own instead of him having to. It's basically the ingrained thing of when reacting to a certain stimuli, as because it buries itself so deep in the subconscious that it becomes instinct. So, like, you hear the hard R, Pavlovian conditioning. It's been thrown at us so much that even hearing the word used out of context makes you cringe a little bit. It does. Like, whether you're using it yourself or you're hearing it from somebody else, it gives you a really not so good feeling here in your gut. That's the Pavlovian conditioning that I'm talking about. That word has always been associated with negativity, which is why I'll go into it at the end of the video, or at the end, yeah, because we're almost at the end, and I've literally been streaming for like an hour or so. But I want to get through this so I have time to talk about the Lego multi-million dollar company conspiracy thing. At the time Michael died, he was worth 3.5 million. He was going to be the first billionaire in the music business, and Sony didn't want that. Yeah, very true. They sure didn't. Even though Michael was a global icon by then, even people who don't like black people loved Michael Jackson. They knew he was black. They didn't fucking care. He looked white. People who didn't speak English loved Michael. Love, present tense, to this day, still love him. Motherfuckers who don't know what the hell he's saying. But because he captivated them so much, they paid to see those concerts. World tours, plural. Hardest working man in the show business. The Rock could never. But we're gonna continue.
I love to see you move for me, move for me. I wanna see you move for me.
And then he ends up fusing it into the second part of that.
I wanna see you move for me, move for me. I wanna see you drop the needle, turn up the diet, break the speed in this show, hypnotic music, make me feel just like I did. Pick me up when I feel like falling.
So when he switches from dance for me, I want to see you dance for me, to move with me, move with me. I want to see you groove with me. Then you see the perspective shift. It's not from the outsider looking in. Now it's from the insider talking to the rest of the people around him. He is in the crowd and he's saying, move with me, move with me. I want to see you groove with me. So now he's showing the clips of black people dancing and having a great time and performing, because now it's gone from something that was meant to demean and dehumanize, and we have taken it and turned it into something that uplifts and elevates us and empowers us. That I love that switch. And he does it very subtly. You don't even realize that he's completely merged the two choruses together. Where he goes from dance for me to groove with me and then goes straight back into the chorus again. That was very smooth the way he did that. And the whole time you see him behind the flag that's got the black and white with the bullet holes in it.
Pick me up when I feel like falling.
And I love that it's just his silhouette too. He doesn't show his face not one time throughout this video. Did you notice that? He is literally just a silhouette behind the flag. Because when it comes down to it, we're all the same. We're all fucking humans, bro. We're all built the same. The only difference is that some niggas were just out in the sun for a little longer than other people. And it's not just black people, it's people all over the fucking world like that. So just because y'all roast like fucking Larry the Lobster in the sunlight and smell like wet dog in the rain, you want to make the rest of the world feel inferior? And because you guys literally lived in your own shit for centuries upon centuries, had the worst hygiene in the entire fucking planet, and had a birth rate so low it was playing limbo with fucking anteaters. Literally couldn't expect to push a live, you had a 2% chance to push a live baby out of your snatch because of how disgusting your hygiene habits were. Disease running around town like the public library, open and available to the public. Diphtheria, fucking dysteria, whatever the fuck, dysentery. Goddamn, the plague. Meanwhile, we were over here bathing, brushing our teeth, flossing, brushing our hair, actually like cleaning ourselves, grooming. But we were the savages, but we were the uncultured ones. We were the uncivilized ones. We were the dirty ones in your eyes. When you look back at history, it's all just an inferiority complex. That's all it is. Just, oh my god. The wigs. Literally, just a poor facsimile of us. And y'all want to be like us so goddamn bad, but you'll never capture the true essence of what makes black people black. Because you're not black. Y'all have your culture. You got your cultures and shit. You got your Your Scandinavians up there with their history. You got the Denmark, the fucking Danish with their history. You got the Germans with their history. Then we'll just kind of leave their history on over in the closet there. We'll leave it there. Just shut the door on that. But yeah, they had their history. The Italians have their history, rich with culture, vibrant culture. The Spaniards, we're gonna put them in the closet with the Germans and kind of just padlock that bitch closed. But you know what? They had their culture too. But what's so special about ours? If you hate it so much, if you hate our culture, if you hate our people, if you hate our fashion, if you hate our music, why do y'all emulate it so much? Why do you try to copy it so much? They say imitation is the best form of flattery. Those are terms that y'all came up with, by the way. You can't argue that we made that shit up. No, y'all created that shit. You see how your own bullshit logic can be used against you when you try to bring logic into stupid shit? Yeah, no, it's very easy when you gone to school and you haven't, had children with your sister.
Pick me up when I feel like falling.
I love that he leaves the light on the flag and just lets it sit there. Oh, and the way that the lighting goes, you see. Oh, God, I love that. The contrasting colors, but they're so bold and they're so profound that it's white and black. One, you can interpret it, that's the context of what he's rapping about or what he's singing about is black versus white. But then also on the yin and yang symbol, you have black and white, light and dark, good, evil, order, entropy, creation, destruction. There's always been a balance. You need the two in order to create the larger whole. Without one, the other cannot exist. I'm gonna throw a little bit more of your own bullshit logic in there, racist white people. Y'all said that matter cannot be created or destroyed, merely transferred from one state to another. You can't create it. You can't destroy it. It's just repurposed for other shit. But here's the thing. We've defied that. We've defied your laws of reality because of the fact that we've created something beautiful. We've created something timeless. And no matter how much you try to destroy it, you can't. You can't destroy it. We created something. We created triumph. We created beauty from nothing, from pain. We created divinity from pain. And y'all can't destroy it. And that's why you're mad. Because you can't kill our spirit. You can't kill the hope that we've been cultivating for the better part of 4 or 5 centuries. Because it's a culture that's so rich and so deeply rooted in our culture that it is literally passed down from generation to generation. Even black people today have direct lineage to people who were profound civil rights activists, who have direct ties to pioneers for the Underground Railroad and the emancipation of black people from slavery, have direct lineage to slaves. They have direct lineage to Africa. The tribes that their ancestors were a part of still exist to this day. And there was another thing, trying to paint Africa as this third world shithole when it's not. It's so technologically advanced. You got niggas walking around in the newest Air Jordans like They're regular sneakers. They got them at like Goodwill or something. You could get the latest game consoles in Africa before you can get them here in America. Apple Watches and shit, iPads, shit like that. Their architecture on par with Japan's. Their fashion, their food, out of this fucking world. But Africa's a poor, starving, fucking emaciated country with no access to any of the resources that we have access to. Okay, we could keep peddling that lie, people. Just like we tried to peddle the lie that, the Japanese were out to get us. So that gave us incentive to bomb their fucking country twice. Japan's only but so big, bro. And you just like one atomic bomb wasn't enough. Y'all had to spin the block and do it again. Just to fucking rub your heel in it. Just to fucking rub their nose in it. It's like, "Oh, you got bombed once? Well, how about another time?" Honestly, they would have done it a third time if fucking NATO had stepped in. I think that was at the time. I think NATO was even created after that. Like it was so bad. Like the Germans had to rein them in. You want to know who was out here committing the most war crimes though, out of all these countries? Canada. Y'all think I'm joking? I'm not. Look it up. Canada's fucked. They are some sick, sick motherfuckers. I think they held the record for the most war crimes committed ever out of any country. Canada has committed more war crimes than Germany. But no, they're the nice Minnesota neighbors up to the north that eat their maple leaves and their maple syrup, and they like their Toronto Raptors. Meanwhile, they're just committing heinous war crimes. It's fine. They're just friendly neighbors to the north. If we want to keep believing that lie, sure. I hope my boyfriend doesn't hear this. He's Canadian. I'm sorry. Not you. I mean, all the people that are around you. Yeah, no, fuck them. You're in probably like not the worst part of Canada because you're not in Quebec, but you're in Vancouver, which is like the not. I mean, they're like they're not redneck, but they're still pretty stuck up. They're like stuck up the stuck up rich white preppy people. Yeah, them. They suck too. So, but we're gonna move on from this. I think I did a pretty thorough job in completely dissecting this. There were a couple things that I might have missed in terms of where the stock footage was coming from or what footage they were showing. Um but yeah, I also made the analogy that this whole song feels like a psychedelic trip because it's got that heavy disco feel, that 90 like the 60s and early 70s disco, before you started merging funk in with it, like that old school disco where it was just, and it kind of had elements of like punk in there too. Like I'm talking about like the British punk, not like the Americanized version, but like your, because punk started in the 60s, right, with the British Revolution. Yeah, because that was, I'll say that Britain's got, with all their bullshit, Europe did, they did produce the whole alternative punk goth movement. They were the birthplace. I will give credit where credit is due. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but there was a Puritan who was a pacifist who ended up turning into a liberator and burned and KO'd people in Kansas because he was tired of the slavery. Every single on the album tackles 79's black psychedelia, psych soul funk, and a little bit of disco. Okay. Yeah, cuz like I really love the vibe of that because that's honestly that was like the I would say that was the golden age of black music was the disco psychedelic funk age. That was and then from going from that into um your old school R&B, we dominated music back then. Dominated. Wasn't no white people anywhere making fucking disco in the 60s. None. Until black people did it. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we could bite off their style too. Just make it really stiff and dorky. And it'll sell like hotcakes. Yeah, just make it. Take black people's aesthetic, make it super fucking lame. That was the white people formula back then. And they made millions off of it. Yeah, bite black people's style, make it lame and corny as fuck. And just devoid of any emotion and any passion. But it'll sell on the radio. People, old grandmas in their 50s shopping at fucking Forever 21 for some reason will love it. People going to Bath and Body Works to get candles will like it. Old horny grandmas shopping at Victoria's Secret will listen to it. But the people suck. We don't like the music. Yeah. Yeah, we don't like them. Grr. That's what y'all niggas sound like. That's what y'all sound like. We don't like you guys. You're not invited to my birthday party. Good. Stay over there. Your birthday party's probably lame as fuck anyway. Probably don't even have Spider-Man at your birthday party, you fucking loser. But we're gonna move on to this last story. And Wildflower debriefed me on the situation. It all started with a man who wanted to sell his Legos to cover the medical fees for his hospital trips because he was ill. So this is the YouTuber, what is his name? Reckless Ben. Subscribe to Reckless Ben. He's been tackling this issue head on, and it's evolved from just a guy trying to sell Legos to uncovering a giant corporate corruption that runs ridiculously deep. So we're gonna hear what he has to say on this.
Police Department has responded to the video I made about them.
I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department.
Oh, the police actually...
I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media.
So now I will offer a response to their response. There's a lot of new information in this response that I've been wanting to get for a long time, so we'll go over that first. One of the main questions in my video was, why did I get swatted for stealing the Legos when this wasn't a mystery to the police officers and they knew that I didn't steal the Legos, that Josh stole the Legos.
Oh, he got swatted?
A $200,000 collection of Star Wars Legos. But still, why did they raid my house for stealing the Legos when there's an overwhelming amount of evidence that Josh stole the Legos?
Oh, wow, they had evidence and he got swatted instead? That's like reporting a fucking robbery across the street and the police arrest you. For what? For being a law-abiding citizen? What the fuck? What the fuck kind of stupid shit is that?
Requested the body cam footage of this to try to find the answers myself. They redacted everything, and they claimed it was to protect the victims. However,
victims. You were the victim. What the fuck do you mean protect the victim? The victim is the one getting his house raided by the FBI. Why are we deleting the cam footage? Isn't that illegal? Can't you get arrested and stripped of your fucking title for doing that shit? Didn't they put entire laws in place that demanded that all body cam footage be made public and not redacted? They can't do that. That's why they have to be on at all times.
Swatted, and we caught the entire conversation on camera.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
For 3 months, the police department's answer has been, this redaction is important because it protects Josh, the victim of this case. However, we can clearly see that the police are looking for Legos and they saw no Legos. And they redacted this because they were embarrassed that they made such a stupid decision to swat the wrong person. They were so embarrassed of swatting my house for stealing the Legos that in all of the police reports, it is completely redacted. The police department...
Y'all are actual goons. You're fucking Looney Tunes, Three Stooges, Beverly Hillbillies level of stupid. Y'all are just hired goons out of a fucking Mickey Mouse cartoon, bro. Y'all have got to be the dumbest police department I have ever seen in my entire life. Somebody calls, they put in a call to the police to report fucking grand larceny, and you raid the person who put in the call? And then you redact everything from the record because you realized, even though you knew it wasn't the... What the fuck even... Nunu, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate it. Just... What the fuck? The local police? Okay, so yeah, you just the fucking dumbest goddamn Chief Wiggum's fucking, what the fuck? I can't even remember the guy's name. The fat police officer from, oh my god, now I'm blanking. It's you won't understand unless you had old parents or unless you grew up watching it, but it's escaped me for now. It'll probably come back later. But y'all are some dumbasses, bro. Why would you swat the person who reported the crime? What kind of fucking dumb inbred hick ass cops are you, bro? These cops are more inbred than a ham sandwich.
This information hidden so bad that they're willing to break the law to hide this from everyone.
Okay, so it is against the law to tamper with evidence during a police raid. That is against the law. That's tampering with evidence.
What I know about it is because the receipt I got the night I was released from jail and my friend's GoPro that was recording. So even though I've been asking them for 3 months why I got swatted, they finally came up with an answer, which is the Airbnb host told them that I stole the Legos.
So you took his word over the one who placed the phone call? Are we fucking stupid? You took the word of some random asshole over the one of the person who reported the crime. And you arrested the person that reported the... I'm already pissed off. And the video is... We're not even that deep into it. I'm already pissed off. I'm already pissed off at y'all. Enforce with equity. Enforce with fucking negative brain cells. You build nothing but ignorance. You bunch of horses' asses. Big ass nose cutting off all the oxygen to your fucking brain.
Airbnb owner. The owner reported overhearing conversations about possible stolen Legos. Specifically...
So you took the owner of the Airbnb's word about the Legos over the call of the person who reported the Legos stolen. They reported they had the receipts and everything. They reported the Legos stolen, but you took the word of this random asshole just because he was the Airbnb owner? We're cooked.
Officers wrote in the search warrant.
Nah, white people, y'all gotta take the L on this one. Y'all are cooked. Utah, y'all taking more than just the polygamy L. Y'all just gotta take this L and keep it forever.
Affidavit. The homeowner also disclosed that he could hear multiple individuals inside the residence speaking about possibly stolen Lego toys they had taken.
They had taken? No, you fucking moron. They were talking about the stolen Legos that they were reporting to the fucking police.
Based on
You're just gonna sit there and lie in front of the camera like that when you have mounds and mounds of evidence that are already proving you.
Officers added a request within the search warrant affidavit seeking authorization to also search for and seize possible stolen property, including Lego merchandise. 4th District Judge Roger W. Griffin reviewed and approved the search warrant.
I always like giving people the benefit of the doubt, and I will take
Don't
the
give
police
them the
officer's
benefit
word
of
on
the doubt.
this,
Don't
but
give it. If it's one thing we've learned, don't give the police the benefit of the doubt. Don't do that. Because just as there are some good cops, there are some really, really stupid ones. Really stupid ass fucking police. We steal from old people. They steal in general. Fuck the police. Coming straight from the underground. Apparently, niggas can't even have Legos anymore with the police. You fucking.
Something fishy is going on here, and everything can just be cleared up if you unredact the audio and let everyone see the truth.
But they're not going to do
Also,
that
after we
because
got
then
raided
that would,
and the police officers found no
expose
Legos,
them for being
all of this footage
inept.
has been redacted too. And my guess is if the police unredact this footage, we will find out the answers once and for all. While we were getting swatted, one of the police officers decided to injure me for absolutely no reason. He claims it's because I was trying to make a fast movement.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill.
When we replay the footage, you can clearly see I was not making any fast movements. However, the police department has an answer to this.
During Snyder's detention, Lieutenant Adamson took hold of Snyder's right arm. Lieutenant Adamson later reported that he felt Snyder tense his arm, at which point Adamson moved Snyder's right arm behind his back to place him into custody.
Well, yeah, because you were pulling his arm in the wrong position, you fucking freak. Did you see how he was bending his arm back? He was trying to dislocate his shoulder. Obviously, you would fucking tense up and move if this bitch-ass nigga behind you was trying to pop your shoulder out of the goddamn socket. Are we actually this stupid? What if somebody tried to break your fucking arm and it's like, oh, you tensed up. That gives me probable cause to snap your arm like a fucking toothpick. How well is that gonna hold up in the courtroom? Utah Fork County Police? You're a bunch of fucking morons. All of you need to be we don't need y'all in the streets. If we see y'all in the streets, bro, it's on site. I'm so glad I don't live in Utah, bro. Because if any of these officers came to my house on a call to respond to some crime, it's up. I'm sorry, I'm shutting the door. I'm like, I don't want to talk to y'all. Fuck out of here. You're gonna try to break my arm and accuse me of stealing Legos that I don't have.
The police department has made it clear I did not, in fact, make any quick movements like the police officer claims I did. So the police officer was lying, but not fully, because I did tense my arm. However, he lunges at me extremely fast before he even touches me, so how could he even know that I was tensing my arm before he even grabs me? That doesn't make any sense.
I hope people bring more
There's
lights to
only
this
one
because it's
solution.
outright
This
outrageous.
police officer has psychic powers, and he could tell that my arm was tensing up before grabbing me. However, this
He's not that smart. Don't give him the benefit of the doubt. He's just a raging asshole that gets no pussy from his wife, and he has a lot of testosterone built up from drinking fucking protein shakes like they're water.
Makes no sense, because if the police officer did truly have psychic powers, he would have known that we were not the thieves, Josh and Brandon were the thieves. So this can't be the case either. I'm trying to have an open mind with these different possibilities of what this could be, but literally
more power to you. I'm so glad you're giving these fucking actual single-celled amoebas the benefit of the doubt.
Come left is that this police officer injured me for no reason. However, the police have another response to this of why I must be lying.
In the x-ray image displayed by Mr. Snyder in that video, a small L is visible in the upper right-hand corner of the x-ray. The L indicates the image is that of the left shoulder. The video shows Lieutenant Adamson handling Snyder's right arm during the arrest.
Yes, the stock footage I used to show what a dislocated shoulder is, an image that's clearly not mine because I didn't go to the hospital, I went to jail.
Oh,
so
you
how could I have taken this picture?
Oh, he actually got his shoulder dislocated. And you tried to argue that the stock photo that he provided was of his left because... Oh my god, my fucking brain is melting out of my goddamn nasal cavity. I y'all ever been y'all ever been hit with a level of stupid so potent that you're just stunned. You're just flabbergasted. My gas have been flabbered, y'all. I am just in absolute disbelief that there exists. I thought these kind of police officers only existed in sitcoms and The Simpsons. Motherfucking Chief Wiggums, a bunch of them. It's one thing to see it on TV, and it's another to see those actions displayed in glaring real life right in front of your face. And just.
Sure, but anyways, the stock image I used is of a left shoulder when my shoulder that got injured was my right shoulder. When I was editing this, I like to think highly of my audience that they would have known that this was a stock image and I wouldn't have to spoon feed every tiny detail to my audience. But now I realize that there's another portion of my
don't
audience.
ever assume that people are smart on the internet. Because while 90% of the people on the internet may have a functioning brainstem, there is a very loud, very vocal 10% that is just dumb as a bag of hammers, bro. They are just their brains are the equivalent of sludge. And they can't process more than 2 words per minute. Otherwise, their brains will fucking short circuit and explode. It's like everybody else is running on the latest gaming computers while these people are running on like the old IBM machines from the fucking 80s, bro. They're operating on the first ever Macintosh. Whereas everybody else is like, bro, we've already got cell phones that act as literal computers. What are you doing? Catch up. Read a book. Just. I have a quote that I use all the time. It's that never argue with a stupid person. They will drag you down to their level and they will beat you with experience. I believe the famous writer Mark Twain penned that little proverb. Down with corruption, period, regardless of who it's against. Bad apples do not belong in law enforcement. They've always been like this. That's why they're acting so bold about it. It's because they've been allowed to get away with it for so long. Because the people paying, the people filling their pockets are politicians and the upper echelons, the upper elites. That's where their money's coming from. All the tax money from the citizens from these private prisons are going directly into their paychecks. That's how they get their money. So of course they're going to be bold. They haven't been stopped yet. They've been given baby sentences, slaps on the wrist at the fucking most. Like, they didn't even arrest Derek Chauvin after he murdered that man. They didn't even strip him of his fucking badge until the news was made public that he killed this man in front of everybody. Then they took his badge away. They were gonna let him get away with it. They were gonna let it slide. They were gonna sweep it under the fucking rug. Yeah, no, they were gonna let him get away with that shit. But the news got public, and they were like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't have a literal fucking murderer in our ranks. Time to do the old spiel, I guess. Sorry. Didn't work out this time, buddy. You got a little too bold. Well, the police have been around for ages. They were just soldiers, were the police. And a lot of times, and in the community, they were so bad, we started policing ourselves. So we do need some form of enforcement of the law. We need some sort of moral enforcers. Because if not, people are left to do whatever the fuck they want, and it's absolute pandemonium because there's nobody out there to stop them. It happened in the Middle Ages, it happened during the Roman Empire, it happened during the Civil War, it happened during the Roaring 20s, it happened during the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. When chaos is allowed to, that's why you have so many fucking serial killers, all of which existed between the 70s and the 80s. Because the law enforcement weren't doing anything. They weren't doing shit. In fact, a lot of these people in law enforcement were being paid by the mafia. Didn't matter which mafia, they were in their pockets. The LA riots pretty much exposed the corruption that was running through LAPD. Baltimore just got rid of their corruption. They just got rid of most of it because they found out that it went all the way up to the top. And it started with the police force. And it was a direct line to the top, too. No fucking jumping around here. No, direct corruption ring. And it was the entire police department. It's not all of them, but it's enough to where it's a fucking problem. They definitely, the police need to be policed properly. Try saying that 5 times fast.
It's called the American Fork Police Department that maybe I do have to spoon feed every single piece of information to. So I'm going to use this as constructive criticism, and in every single episode going forward now that I know that the American Fork Police Department's watching, I will be forced to spoon feed every single detail. As a professional slackliner, dislocating my shoulder is almost a monthly thing for me.
The whole weight of my arm is just on this boon.
Boon.
3 days before I got arrested, I had a really bad ski
I didn't know he
accident
was on
where I had a
Tosh.0.
Really bad dislocation of my shoulder.
God, you can
and
hear
any
that
movement
pop.
at all would have dislocated it. So I will say here, I don't think that the police officer was purposely trying to injure me. I think to a normal person, this would have been fine. But for me in particular, this was not good, but it was still unjustified. And the police officer was just making up an excuse, and now they're making up an excuse to defend it. Another thing I find shocking is the chief of police, even after reviewing the dash cam footage, says that we ran a stop sign.
Richardson initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle for failing to stop before the stop line at a stop sign and failing to stop completely at that stop sign.
The chief of police looked at this video and said, "We ran a stop sign." And now he's using that to say, this was a legal traffic stop.
They weren't
The
even
police
at the
officers-
stop sign when you pulled them over. What the fuck? They were already behind you by the time you were getting to the stop sign?
The chief of police looked at this video and said, "We ran a stop sign."
That clearly shows that
And now
they
he's
stopped.
using that to say, this was a legal traffic stop. The police officers did nothing wrong.
They weren't even
At this
moving when
point,
they
we thought the best
approached.
thing to do was to take Josh to court so he can be legally accountable for the crimes he committed. However, to do that, we are first required to serve him court papers. So we did what the law told us to do. I got a process server, and we went to his house to do this the legal way. However, Josh did not want to do this the legal way, and instead called the police on us.
Joshua Johnson contacted police and reported he was going to shoot someone as a result of the ongoing harassment. Multiple officers immediately responded to the area.
Josh was so scared of going to court that he would rather shoot us.
So you arrest the guy who's trying to serve court papers for the theft of their property, but you don't arrest the man calling police saying that he's about to commit a crime? If somebody calls the police department and says, "I'm about to shoot this person," your first response is, "Oh, well, we better stop that person who's harassing you then. We don't want them to get hurt." Yuck. No. What in the fucking Appalachian backwoods, fucking bumfuck Mississippi inbred goddamn family circle ass police department is this? What fucking Barney Rubble ass police department is this?
Accept these court papers. Josh's logic here is that if he can murder the process server and if he can murder me, then he can get away with his crimes because there'll be no one to sue him in court. However, sadly for Josh, murder is illegal. And now he just admitted his plans to the police officers.
Right there. Bold as fuck. Why would you call a police officer and tell them that you're about to commit murder? Are you fucking stupid? Well, we already know the answer to that question because you already did it. Jesus Christ, just, you can't make this shit up. You can't possibly. And it came out of the police chief's mouth, so that's the proof. How do you just shrug your shoulders at somebody telling you that they are about to commit the most heinous the most heinous crime imaginable? The ultimate crime. They are about to commit the ultimate crime. They just told you they're about to commit the ultimate crime. And what do? You respond and you arrest the guy he said he's gonna fucking shoot? I'm less mad at the government corruption, and I'm more angry at this bumfuck bootleg ass Temu, Shein, fucking Alibaba Express ass police department. Oh my
should at least be arresting Josh for trying to use murder as a way to get out of court. But sadly, for some reason, they arrested me instead. Am I being arrested? Really?
Really? I can't get up because I need to. Oh my God. If I said exactly, if any of us had said this shit, whether on the phone or not, we'd have been dead yesterday. Man literally admits to intention to commit a crime, premeditated. He said he was going to do it out loud. That is premeditated, so that takes the charge up to first-degree murder if he had decided to continue with this act. They would have had him for first-degree premeditated unaliving. And this is from Utah. Yeah, no, Utah. I'm sorry. L. Take that L. Take that big ass L. Take it up your ass. Just adjust a little bit. Spread your cheeks. No lube. No ditty shit. Take it. Take the L. Cause I'm sorry, y'all just gotta hold that L for a little while. Cause we have never. This is a rare case study, y'all. We have never seen a more egregious lack of intelligence ever before in human fashion than from this police department. The only other police department that has even attempted to ascend to that level is the police department that Afro Man trolled for raiding his house looking for stolen items. What is it with police departments raiding houses looking for stolen shit that hasn't been stolen? And just doing everything that their little guidebook and their training tells them, doing everything that common sense tells them not to do. Like, I don't know, arrest the man who is about to become a fucking victim of a violation of the first goddamn commandment in your fucking Christian Presbyterian ass Bible, because I know you go to church, you fucking weirdo, you and your saggy titty ass wife, and you sing those stupid little hymns, and you don't take a damn thing from it. Really, you just had a man openly admit to you on the phone that he was about to commit a capital crime, a class 1 felony. And instead of arresting the man who just told you he was about to resort to gun violence over a verbal altercation that wasn't even a verbal altercation, you arrest the guy who is serving the court papers. We're gonna close. We're gonna close because I can't listen. I can't listen to any more of it. If I listen to any more, I'm gonna just punch a hole in my monitor. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call the police and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot this guy across the street that did nothing wrong. I'm so fucking mad right now. I'm being harassed by your fucking your absolute stupidity. I'm gonna go and shoot somebody across the street." And I expect you to arrest them instead of me, the person who just uttered a verbal threat over the phone on a recorded line. Just. The police department and what's the company called? I forget what the Lego company's called. You'll have to put it in the chat, Wildflower, because I can't remember for the life of me. I'm just that pissed off. This is also why it said reality is scarier than fiction. Don't forget they're in Mormon country. That might be a connection too. Cannot confirm that, so it's alleged. They are in Mormon country. I don't know if they have something to do with it. I don't know, maybe all of the multiple wives thing kind of fucked with their sense of reality and they think that everything is topsy-turvy over in Utah. Right is left, up is down, black is white, murder is okay. Like, openly telling police that you're about to commit a crime is perfectly okay. They arrest the guy that you were about to unalive. It's cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Bricks and minifigs, thank you. Bricks and minifigs is a god awful shit tier piece of actual human feces ass company. I would put them up there with Konami. Yeah, I said it. Bricks and minifigs is worse than Konami. They sure are. And all my nerds will understand exactly what. You know what? No. Bricks and minifigs is worse than Blizzard Activision. I said it. You are congratulations, Bricks and minifigs. You are now officially worse than the company that tried to cover up literal sexual assault in their own offices. So much so that they were hit with a massive multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And instead of apologizing to the women that they suppressed for so goddamn long, they put out a statement trying to prove themselves that they were in the right. They still wouldn't apologize. They had to be taken to court because high-level executives at their company were sexually harassing entry-level female workers. And when they tried to report it to HR, the incidents were being swept under the rug, quite literally. And they were being blackmailed. That if you report this incident again, you lose your fucking job. So they were like, take it or lose your job. Congratulations, Bricks and Minifigs. You are now officially worse than Blizzard Activision. Yeah, you know in Overwatch, you know why McCree's name got changed to Cassidy? Because the guy that the character was named after was one of the sexual assaulters. Yeah. The man who McCree was named after, was one of the assaulters. It was so bad that they had to change McCree's name to Cassidy. His name is Cassidy now, but we all know him as McCree. You can try and sweep away the history, but you can't sweep away the Google searches. You can't sweep away the millions upon millions of videos that go in depth to how horrible you are as a company, so much so that you would protect literal predators. The big three of shitty corporations right now: Blizzard, Activision, Roblox, Bricks, and Minifigs. Congratulations, y'all. Y'all are the Triforce of horrible companies. Horrible piece of shit Fortune 5 companies. Or Fortune 500 companies. Whatever the fuck they call y'all. You are the Triforce of the worst goddamn companies to ever exist. But yeah, look up that y'all gotta look up that Blizzard Activision shit. It is some truly egregious shit. My heart goes out to all of those women that were involved in that had to go through such a horrifying experience. This is why we say it's not all men, but it's enough to where there's a problem. Like, it is it's not even a minority anymore. Did y'all hear about the Grape Academy that they just uncovered? They did a whole story of it on CNN. Yeah, they just exposed a I cannot make this up, y'all. They uncovered an academy with 62 million married men who were who were doing forums, sharing videos, and teaching classes on how to roofie their wives and do things to them while they were asleep. Y'all didn't hear me incorrectly. That was what they just uncovered not even a month ago. 62 million married men exposed in an online Grape Academy, teaching other men that they've never met before how to assault their wives without getting in trouble. And y'all want to say that we're just bitter and we're just fucking, oh, you guys are just mad because you didn't have any dick. We don't want it. We don't want it. Keep your nasty, smelly, putrid, fucking cheese-infested sausage to yourselves. Keep that shit. We don't fucking want it. It's not all... I'm not saying everybody's evil. But there's a lot of fucking evil in the world right now, y'all. I'm genuinely concerned for the future of this goddamn country. Genuinely concerned if these are the people that we have to look up to protect us. If these companies are people that we have to look up to in order to provide us with entertainment. If we are in debt to these people, the people in the Utah Fort County Police Department, these are the people we have to put our fucking lives in. We have to put our trust in these people, y'all. We have to trust these dumbasses with our lives. Literal cartoon goons. Disney Channel could not have written dumber police officers than the cops in the Fort County, Utah police station. Fucking Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton could not have come up with a dumber cop stereotype than the cops at Fort County, Utah Police Department. A literal cartoon. Popeye cartoon. Popeye the Sailor Man, Mighty Mouse, Betty Boop, all those cartoons from the 20s with the fat fucking police officer eating the donut or whatever. They couldn't have written a dumber police officer or a dumber police force than the Fort County, Utah Police Department. Y'all are cartoon levels of asinine. This is a scary time, y'all. What did survival of the fittest mean? This is why I'm gonna keep saying it. I know it sounds bad, but hear me out. This is why, with No Child Left Behind, we gotta start leaving some of these motherfuckers behind. We just gotta leave them behind. We can't let them ascend to the same level of come on. The Darwin Awards, they deserve an honorable mention because nobody died, but by God, that they managed to do every single stupid ass requirement to be inducted into the Darwin Awards Hall of Fame. All the cop needed to do was accidentally shoot himself in the foot with his own gun, and he would have been an immediate contender. That would have been fucking hilarious if the cop cheddar bobbed himself. That would only add to the stupidity. Like, you didn't even have your gun on safety, you fucking moron. And you were so goddamn trigger happy that you couldn't even wait for the bitch to get off your hip before you shot it. Like, I would be roasting you to hell and back. I'm still roasting y'all to hell and back. Bricks and minifigs and all the fucking Fort County, Utah Police Department. You're both trash. Awful. Horrible. And it's not everybody at the police department, but I'm pretty sure it's like 80%. It's not just American Forked, it was mostly in-cap body cam footage leak. Provo, Utah has a case against Ben too. Fuck Utah! The state of Utah. Fuck them. And bricks and minifigs, because this was all over some fucking Legos, bro. How did this go from Legos? How did this go from Legos to exposing a goddamn the company of bricks and minifigs were so pissed off that Ben was calling them out for their blatant hypocrisy and their blatant law breaking that they tried to serve papers. I was told, Wildflower told me that they served papers to the CEO of Patreon and was like, we'll take you to court if you don't take Ben's videos off of your platform. If you don't take his channels off your platform, we're gonna sue you. And the CEO of Patreon said, respectfully, suck my dick. And flip them the bird to just rub it in a little more. It's just, these companies are so goddamn arrogant. They think that they could bully somebody into submission just because they have money. They are severely underestimating how the internet works, how people on the internet works. They found Andrew Tate on the other side of the world from an image of a pizza box. Do not think that these people can't find you. Bricks and minifigs. These people on the internet that are finding out we had goddamn Pentagon documents leaked in a fucking Minecraft Discord server. What the hell makes you think that these crazy motherfuckers on the internet can't find y'all? They will track everything. Your credit card information, your fucking browser history. They can tap into your network and look through your browser history while you're not there. They can glean your phone number, your email address, your goddamn social security numbers, your address, your wife's name, your children's names, the school that they go to, the place where the wife works at, the fucking place where you go to the gym on Saturdays. Like, they can find out literally everything about y'all, and they can tear you down. It's just, Utah, what do we say about the pimply-faced black sheep of the family known as Utah? With its 6 wives, all with the IQ of a sun-drenched raisin, with police officers so fucking stupid that they can't even tell stock footage from actual medically disclosed x-rays. We are in an age of supreme stupidity, guys. The stupid people are getting more and more bold. And there's not enough action going on. The stupid people have been allowed to prosper along with the rest of us for far too long, and now they think they're better than you. We let all the fucking window lickers and marker sniffers and eraser chewers pass the same grades that we did. And now they're in our police departments, y'all. They're in our fucking government. They're running our country. They're running multi-million dollar companies, guys. People who don't know their right from their left are in charge of y'all. And they're in charge. We're entrusting our public safety to these clowns. That's who you have to place your life in. That's how you have to place your trust in, Utah. Those are the people whose lives are your lives are in their hands. Those are the people you gotta trust with your well-being and your safety and your children's safety. These bumbling idiots. Oh my god, we're living in a simulation, guys. The AI on the police officers is malfunctioning because they lost itself. They're lost in the sauce, and the code is spiraling out of control, y'all. Classified F-35 technical specs were leaked to win a War Thunder argument. Really? More classified documents leaked for fucking War Thunder? A game that's supposed to simulate battle? Like on the field, War Thunder? Jesus Christ. It couldn't have even been something like kind of niche to the culture, like Raid Shadow Legends or something. It had to be fucking War Thunder. Oh my god. Can't lie, in kindergarten I thought I thought Play-Doh was delicious, but I grew out of did they taste different depending on what color it was? Was it like the blue tasted a little different from the pink and the green tasted a little different from the black and white? Cuz that's hilarious. Bricks and figures have dropped significantly because these companies aren't learning their lesson, bro. Did they see what happened to Anheuser-Busch? The company that had they put one of the they-thems in the Dylan Mulvaney, is that their name? I can't remember the bitch's name. But yeah, a company that marketed mainly to old white men going through midlife crises and young 20 to 30-year-old white men going through quarter life crises. And they were like, you know who would be a good spokesperson for Bud Light? A trans woman. Like, they couldn't have possibly missed the mark anymore, bro. That's like having a literal child as the spokesperson for your alcohol company. Oh my god. That's like advertising cigarettes and having your spokesperson be somebody with asthma. That's like having an asthmatic child advertising cigarettes to the masses. And didn't Anheuser-Busch's stocks drop like fucking flies? So much so that they had to renege and be like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, we didn't mean it. Please come back. We'll put Post Malone in there finally. He's only been singing about Bud Light for the better part of 20 years. We'll finally give him an endorsement. Just please come back to us." Oh my god. Gucci, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank goddess. Oh, bless. Thank you. Thank you. It was a salt thing. They were salty as fuck. I never ate Play-Doh, but I was a curious kid. I did lick it just to see how it tasted, and I was just like, ugh, what the fuck? I didn't do it again. You know, because it's kids, you get curious. You see the Play-Doh, it looks like ice cream, and you're like, oh, I wonder if this actually tastes like ice cream. So I licked it, and it was the worst decision of my life. I was like, ugh. Because me and salt do not have a very good relationship. Like, if it's I hate seawater because of how salty it is. Don't get me wrong, I like sea salt on stuff like Wendy's French fries, for example, and like the pink Himalayan salt is really nice. I just can't. It's salt in excess makes me cringe. Hell no, I did not. What, you didn't try Play-Doh just because everybody else was doing it? What, you think you're better than us just think you're better than me just because you didn't eat the fucking Play-Doh, or you didn't taste it to see if the Play-Doh hot dog actually tasted like a hot dog? And we're not even gonna talk about the ones that used to eat crayons. Like, there were people out there really eating crayons. No, ma'am. Okay, so we were all kind of stupid back then. So and I remember getting shit from people because I didn't drink from the water hose as a kid. Like, your water may have been fresh coming out of your fucking well on your house on the prairie, but unfortunately, I lived in the streets of Washington, D.C. Nobody is drinking DC tap water because it'll turn you into a fucking Ninja Turtle. That's like drinking Flint, Michigan water from the hose and then looking at everybody else like they're the stupid ones. Kids are exploratory creatures. Yes. Very true. You're a child, you should be growing out of that bullshit. Exactly. But no, we've got kids that didn't grow out of it. We gave out too many participation awards. Yay, you did it. You tried your best and you gave it your all. You came in last place, but you're still gonna get a trophy because there's no such thing as losers. Everyone's a winner, guys. Kumbaya, let's all get along. Yay, you did it. Here's your participation award because you gave it your all, and that's all that matters. And now they're making bigger paychecks than you, doing the job that you could do asleep, backwards, doing a handstand with your fucking nose closed up, underwater. They don't understand the difference between a USB-C and a USB-A. And they're doing the job that you could do, but they're getting paid more. These are the people that you're forced to work under, guys. People who don't know how computers operate to this day. People who don't know how to access their people who don't know how to access their text messages are the ones that are at the top right now. We've got people at the top that owe Jesus $20 because they're that fucking old. Like, the slightest bit of wind will send them crumbling into dust. But these are the people running the country. These are the people making decisions for the betterment of humanity. People that are older than colored television and sliced bread. And people that are so dumb that they arrest a man reporting a theft because the person across the street told them he was gonna... I'm sorry, that still pisses me off. It's not, I don't look at all police officers sideways, but after watching this, I'm gonna start looking a little more often out of the corner of my eye whenever I come across police officers. I'm gonna be watching them a little harder because, my God, this stupidity should be studied. It needs to be, we need to archive this and we need to study it. Stanford, Ivy League college, Stanford, Oxford, get on it. Duke, get on it. Howard, get on that shit. Y'all need to do a psychological study of how mass stupidity can affect everybody and can stem from a matter as asinine and mind numbingly simple as fucking Legos. And it's the fact that they were so proud in their stupidity, too. They were like, yeah, this man called us on the phone and said, I'm gonna shoot this guy because he's harassing me. So we decided to go to the site and arrest not the man that told us he was about to commit a crime, but we arrest the guy that the man was threatening to shoot over the phone. And we use excessive force so much so that it dislocates the poor guy's shoulder. Look at this guy. Fucking gust of wind will send him toppling over like a fucking lollipop. He looks like he weighs 80 pounds soaking wet. Why would you need to use unnecessary roughness on that? Sorry, Ben, I don't mean to talk about you, but like, come on now, he's a string bean. Skinny, lanky, unassuming guy with a voice that barely goes above a soft whisper. And this fat piece of shit was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking bend your arm back so much it dislocates your shoulder, and then I'm gonna put in the report that you were making quick movements, which is why I chose to dislocate your fucking shoulder. I felt your shoulder tense from me dislocating your fucking shoulder. It was your fault. What? I'm getting myself worked up. I'm supposed to be winding down. To go to sleep, y'all. I have to go to work tonight, and I'm sitting here getting worked up over these fuck ass lead drinkers. Oh my god, Utah, take the L. Bricks and minifigs, fuck you. I said it already. You're worse than Blizzard Activision. I said it. You're worse than them. You're worse than, you're not as bad as Roblox. Roblox is at the top right now because that involves children, and anything involving the exploitation of children should be public enemy number one. And it severely disturbs me that it isn't. We should be out, instead of telling the cops we're gonna shoot men who are coming to make you pay for stolen Legos, we should be calling the cops and being like, hey, I'm about to shoot this pedophile. See what happens. Watch them not arrest the pedophile, though. We are in a simulation, guys. We are in a simulation. It don't get no better than this. This is the future of our humanity right now, is intelligent, negative-celled amoeba running our police departments. Actual negative-brained organisms making decisions so stupid, even the mentally disabled are scratching their heads in confusion. Just in the most ridiculous comedy you could ever write. You could never write cops that stupid. At some point, your suspension of disbelief will break, and you'll be like, no, there's no way the cop will be that stupid. There's no way people on this planet, there are people that exist on this planet that are that stupid. That's fantasy. What? That could never happen. And then you see it, plain as day. And then it's the lingering, festering dread that seeps into the very core of your being when you start to realize, holy shit, I actually breathe the same oxygen as these mouth breathers. As these fucking window licking, crayon eating, Sharpie sniffing knuckle draggers. These fucking Neanderthals. I am breathing the same air as these people. That should terrify you, y'all. All of my sensible ones here in the chat with me. That should terrify you to your core. That there are people out there that stupid, who are old enough and grown enough to know better, who went to school. By the way, you have to go to an academy to become a police officer. You have to take written exams. You have to go through basic training. You have to take an athletics test. Especially for a sheriff. You gotta know how to count past the number 5 to become a police officer. But in this case, they can't even tell their right from their left. They can't even tell stock footage from actual medical x-rays. And they can't spot a potential murder when the man literally told them he was about to commit a crime. Like I said, it's cops like these that are the reason why serial killers were able to get away with killing multiple people for so long. That's the reason, because they were all dumb. If they weren't corrupt and being paid by the mafia, they were just as dumb as sin. Making the worst decisions humanly possible, anything to cover their ass. Oh, a couple gay black dudes got murdered and eaten alive. Oh, the wind. What's that? Another hooker just got uncovered, dead in a ditch in pieces. The wind. Literally, like, you can't make this shit up even if you tried. But I'm just gonna keep repeating myself about this, so I'm gonna close with this, y'all. We are in a very dark place in terms of where we are in socially, economically, politically. We are in a very dark place right now. And there are tiny beacons of light that are shining through the darkness, like the bullet holes in the Vince Staple video, where you see the light cracking through the bullet holes and it's all dark. We are the lights that shine in the darkness, and we have to make it our duty to be the brightest shining stars in this goddamn solar system. We have to be hope for people who are in situations like this, but genuinely don't know what to do, who feel isolated and alone, and they feel like nobody's in their corner. They feel like everybody's against them. They feel like every time they try to move up in life, they always seem to get knocked 5 steps backwards because they didn't bend it over and throw that ass in a circle for the corporate overlord. We need to, their voices like mine and voices like Ben's are very important in this community, because it's showing people that you're not alone. There are people not only who have gone through your situation, but there are people who are fighting for you. They are fighting and putting on this armor and going up against these multi-million-dollar corporations so y'all don't have to. So you guys don't get bullied and robbed and shaken out of your hard-earned money anymore by these people who just want to exploit you for their monetary gain. That's why it's so important to speak up about this shit. Don't hide it, then don't ever let anybody suppress your voice, especially when you've done nothing wrong. When you tried to handle it the legal way, and they are just moving the goalposts, putting barriers, putting detours, and just stopping every single ounce of progress, pretty soon you just gotta start. You gotta push. You gotta start swinging. If somebody keeps knocking you down, what are you gonna do? Just let them keep knocking you over? Or are you gonna deck that little shit in his face? We have had too many examples of people fucking around because they think that they can't find out anymore. And they need people out here to remind you that if you fuck around, you will ultimately find out every time. In the age of the internet where information travels at the blink of an eye, you can't get away with shit anymore. You can try, but they'll be uncovered faster than you can beat it off to whatever weird freaky ass porn you shit to, you fucking weirdos. I'm king shaming you to this very day. Like, I'm sorry, y'all are weird, but they think they're better than you. They all do. These corporations, these rich assholes, these fucking racist ass people, these white inferiorists. That's what I'm calling y'all now, because you're not supremacy. You're not supreme to anything. You're not even supreme to your own fucking reflection in the mirror. Like, we need voices who are willing to speak out against this shit. Because somebody tried to silence me. They tried to scare me and intimidate me into silence. Sure did. Threatened to come to my address and everything. And that's the fucking around part that I'm talking about. Y'all don't know everything about my life because I don't tell people everything about my life. You never show your full hand because these people out here will judge you based off surface level observations. The filtered perspective that I show to people, they will judge you solely off of that, and they will underestimate you. Never judge a book by its cover, and never underestimate the power of the internet, because we are all a bunch of Batmans, bro. We're into that vigilante justice. And a lot of times, we've got the police with us, you fucking idiots. So now what? Your shit's all over the internet. Everybody knows that you're a corrupt piece of human feces. Everybody knows now. What will you do? Utah police departments? Bricks and minifigs? What will you do now that everybody knows your dirty little secret? It's out in the open. Your dick's out in the open. And surprising to nobody, it's the size of a thimble. Congratulations. You really did things. I hope they take them to court. I hope they hit them with the old bait and switch, get them to issue that lawsuit, and they turn that fucking trap card and hit them with that fucking Exodia card and put them in the Shadow Realm. I hope to see it. And it's honestly, it's another issue that a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't matter if they're billionaires. They still have families. They're still people. Why do you care if they die? I'm like the one that got the fucking United Healthcare CEO. They were like, oh, he had a family. Okay. You can have a family and still be a piece of shit. You can still have a family and be a degenerate piece of human garbage. You can have a family and be the literal devil. Actual Satan. You can have a family and be Satan. So the fact that they had a family and children doesn't excuse their egregious behavior. No, it does not. All these predators preying on children. Oh, they have families. I don't give a fuck about them. We care about the dudes that are out here diddling kids. And we spend too much taxpayer money trying to execute them bitches when a bullet to the head would suffice. Just whatever. Wishful thinking, wishful thinking. In a perfect world, F they families, especially if you're a predator. Exactly. Especially if you're in on it too. Oh no. I hate the enablers worse than I hate the predators. Because you're the ones that are allowing that behavior to continue. You could have reported it to the police ages ago, but you were benign. Going along with it. Yeah, so you're just as bad in my book. In fact, you're worse. Because it was your inaction knowing the truth. You knew what this person was doing to these kids, and you willingly chose not to do anything. But Bricks and Minifigs and all of Utah, L. L. This y'all taking the biggest L of 2026 right now. Y'all are just trash. Garbage. Flint, Michigan hot dog water. That is what y'all are. And it's not snitching when you know something like this. Don't just ignore it. Don't push it to the side. Do something about it. Exactly. Folks want to humanize demons over those who are trying to live like contributing members of society. And that is the smoking gun. They have been trying to manipulate us into sympathizing for literal monsters. Which is crazy because they literally played with that idea in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know the line, who is the monster and who is the man? Showing that it doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from, you can still be a monster on the inside even though you wear the face of a human. Doesn't matter how much power you have, you could still be ugly as sin on the inside. As opposed to somebody who's ugly on the outside but beautiful on the inside. Disney. Yeah, the ironically the evil Overlord corporation that has taken over practically everything, and that ironically started putting out shows trying to blur the line between good and evil by having you root for the villains. I'm still not letting that go the way y'all. Star Wars is in recovery right now. They are going to therapy 5 days a week. They are on a scheduled therapy session. They are fine. They're doing so much better. You know, Mandalorian and Grogu came out. It was pretty good. They are still healing from the trauma that they had to endure from you and Kathleen Kennedy and the horrific nightmares they had to endure because of y'all trying to blur the line and make us sympathize for killers. Man, I'm sorry, Star Wars. I didn't mean to bring you up, sweetheart. You stay over there and play with your toys. You're good. You're fine. Just, these corporations are getting bolder and bolder by the day, and they're not realizing that while they're used to being bold about their actions, the internet has evolved. We don't take kindly to their type of behavior anymore. That's why R. Kelly went away. That's why Harvey Weinstein went away. That's why Jared, the fucking Subway guy, went away. That's why Bill Cosby went away. That's why goddamn Diddy went away. That's why Epstein went away. The only reason Trump hasn't gone away yet is because they aren't releasing the rest of the files. Unredacted, at least. They even took out fucking Prince Andrew. And he was right there smack dab in the middle of it. But yeah, no, this is the way our country's going. We might be going into I don't want to say we're going into another civil war. I don't think it's that severe yet. It all depends on what move is made next from either side. Because this whole Chutter Bob situation, now these white people, these racist white people have a martyr. They now have a martyr, and they're going to try so hard to make him out to be a martyr for their cause, even though it was his own actions that got him put in jail. And it was his own hours and hours and hours of self-recorded footage of him harassing people because of their skin color, which is against the law. That is considered a hate crime. You can be put to jail for that. But then you had to go and take it one step further. You tried to pull out the blick. You tried to pull out the blick. The black cat. You tried to pop him because you, what? Because he threatened you first? Because you were harassing him, calling him slurs? This man minding his own business. You finally got a taste of your own medicine, and it's, oh, I'm a victim. Please feel sorry for me. Aiden Ross, baby, please help me. They put me in jail, and my bond is too high. My bail is too high. Help. Help me, white people of the internet. You're my only hope. Like, no? Keep your little ugly ass in there. You and your little porn stash. Keep you and your weird pedo stash in there. Keep them in there. Put them under the prison, actually. Put them under the jail. Yeah. That's where he can go. That's where Bricks and Minifigs can go. That's where the Utah Police Departments can go. That's where Roblox can go. That's where Blizzard Activision can go. That's where the fucking president can go. That's where the whole goddamn, all these congressmen, the whole fucking, all of them, they can all rot. All of them. Because it's the corruption runs so deep. It's like, it's a poison to our country. And we are just now starting to see the forest for the trees. So the question I ask to you now is, now that you see the truth, now that you see through the matrix, what will you do about it? That's a very important question to ask yourself. The irony you mentioned Star Wars and the fact that it was a Star Wars Lego collection that started all this. Yes. Yes, it is irony, because I love Star Wars and I have some Star Wars Lego sets, like collectibles. I have a couple battleships. I have the Millennium Falcon, I think. See the Millennium. I have one of the I forget the name of the fighter from Attack of the Clones. The one with the sliding doors that kind of look like a battleship version of a minivan. But I have that, and I have the Millennium Falcon. I used to have so much more, but I can't even remember what happened to it. I had some Indiana Jones Lego sets. I had some Harry Potter Lego sets. It was mainly Star Wars though. I am a huge Star Wars geek. Huge. My dad is one too, because he took me and my brother to a shop a long time ago where this guy was selling it was literally just a store that sold nothing but Star Wars paraphernalia. Like alarm clocks, calendars, lunch boxes, action figures, refrigerators, bedspreads. It was, you name it. It was all Star Wars, and it lined the walls. It was oh my god, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I was just sitting there like mystified. I'm like, oh my god, I want everything. But Star Wars paraphernalia is not cheap. It's not. It was, and you could tell that this was like a big time collector too, because he had like the little price tag sitting in front of all the stuff. Everything had been appraised. A lot of the stuff looked like it had been donated or it had been like pawned. I love Lego, especially Lego Star Wars. Hi, hey Diego, welcome. W stream. Oh, thank you, sis. But yeah, I that's another game that I need to play is Lego Star Wars because I have both of them. I have the original one, the Lego Star Wars the video game, and then I have the Lego Star Wars when they actually had the episodes 4, 5, and 6. I did at one point have the complete saga. I know the Skywalker saga is available. I think they literally just revamped every single Lego Star Wars game. They added voice acting to it. I know they enhanced the effects. The effects are better. It was literally like an entire remake of all of the Lego Star Wars games that came before it. But yeah, I might do that cuz next time I go live, I will be I'm trying to think what am I going to be doing. There's a couple videos that I need to go over that I wasn't able to do in this stream just because I didn't have enough time. I'm trying to think what else. There was one other thing that I needed to do. Oh, my Kendrick Lamar and Edgar Allan Poe live stream. I got to do that the next live stream because that's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be super awesome. You don't want to miss it. Even if you watch it on the replay, I strongly suggest you come through for that stream because that's gonna be a doozy. But I need to get to sleep because I work in less than 8 hours. I'm feeling like such ass cheeks anyway, and the way they fucked my schedule up to hell and back. I might just take the night off. I'm not even because my last check that I got from working 5 straight days was nice. That's the only reason I stuck it out for that long because I'm like I know that paycheck finna hit. That paycheck is finna hit the G spot and it's finna be great. It's finna be good. I'm just waiting for it. Please Thursday, please come faster. Like and it did. It trust me, it did. It was well worth me slaving away for these entitled ass people for their fucking coffees and their lattes and their milkshakes and their smoothies. It was worth it. I'll be going live on a car ride. Subscribe to Nunu Nation, y'all. She's in YouTube. I think she's still in YouTube jail. I'm not sure. Are you in the shadow ban portion of it now? But yeah, please subscribe to her channel. She does cooking, she does hot topics, she does car rides. She does it all, man. Like that's my sister and I love her to death. I go to bat for her every time. That's why, the part of the reason that she got her account shadow banned was some bullshit because I jumped in a fight that was being started that I could see from a mile away, and the pit bull I had to. That she called me a goth pit bull. You were correct because I was about to gnaw your fucking legs off with the bite of a pit bull. Respectfully, of course. But yeah, no, I don't play about me or mine. And I don't like bullies. I don't. I don't like bullies. I hate bullies with a passion. And if people think they can say whatever the fuck they want just because they're on the internet, you will find out that you are sorely mistaken. Because even though I grew up on the internet, I was raised during a time where you had to actually respect your fucking elders. Where if you said anything to your mom or your dad other than yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, you got mollywopped into next week. And it wasn't child abuse because you fucking asked for it. Listening to these white kids tell their mom, shut the fuck up, mom. You fucking suck. That's why dad doesn't want you anymore. Even saying that gave me a fucking ghost heart attack. All of my ancestors collectively gasped from the sheer audacity. My whole bloodline just said And then just their eyes started glowing red like the fucking Terminator. Do you know how quickly we would have been sent back to God if we even mustered the gall to say some shit like that to our parents? And some of these white kids, y'all know too, especially the ones from the South and the ones who grew up around black people, the ones who had the parents that whooped their fucking asses. Y'all know all of my 80s, all of the Gen X and below. Y'all know. Anybody that grew up in the 80s knew that if you said anything out of the way to your parents, whether you were white or black, you were getting that ass beat. It wasn't a matter of if, it was only a matter of when. As in, when will you stop hurting me, please? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear at you. Will you please let me live so I don't make the same stupid mistake again? Oh, these new age kids are something else, man. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just too old fashioned. Maybe I'm just too traditional. You know, maybe I was, because I grew up in the speak when spoken to era of parenting. My parents grew up in the 60s, which means their parents grew up in the 30s. So it was none of that disrespectful shit. None of that. Don't even think about it. Don't even like, you couldn't buck at your parents, you couldn't raise your hand, you couldn't be like, fuck you, mom, because you would be dead. You would be dead already. And they would be reporting your they would be telling the police officer, I'm sorry, officer. She told me to shut the fuck up and I saw red. I had to drag her across the floor like a mop. I had to go, Mr. Clean, drag that bitch across the hardwood floor. Because that's the power of Pine Sol, baby. Do some shit like that again. And like, it was literally, my parents would literally say, if you ever thought about doing some shit like that, don't even so much as think about doing some shit like that. If you ever, you better hope the police gets here before I do. It's like, because the police will show you mercy. I won't. I'll be like, God, I know you gave me this beautiful breath of life, but it's malfunctioning and I'm about to return to sender. Give me strength. Like, when your parents started talking to God, you knew it was over. It was over. It was up. It was a wrap. Fatality. KO. You lose. Game over. The screen's just gonna go black and you're gonna wake up in bed wondering what the fuck just happened. That's how it went. I talked back to my aunt. She hit me with the chancla. Exactly. These moms and these dads are not. We need to get back to whooping kids' asses, bro. Fuck this gentle parenting shit. Okay, before I go off on another rant, let me actually end the video so I can fucking go to bed. Cause if not, I'm gonna be here literally all day just ranting, sounding like a 80-year-old. Like, get off my lawn, you goddamn kids! You're so disrespectful. Back in my day, it was yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir, no, ma'am. And if you said anything otherwise, you got your ass beat with a switch. They make you pick the little tiny switch, too, because they knew that shit hurt the most. And you couldn't pick no dead branch. No, them bitches broke too easily. You had to pick the one that was still alive, that still had some life in it. It still has some flop to it. Cause when that shit hit your ass, like I just had flashbacks. Me and my ancestors all collectively cringed at the same time. We were just like, no siree. Go to sleep or this will never stop. Yes, I will, because I'll probably, if I end up calling out tonight, I'll probably just go live again and we'll just sit and talk while I play video games. Um, because honestly, I've had a great time. I didn't even realize how much time passed. It's been almost 3 hours. I noticed. I've just been here talking to you guys and ranting. But thank you so much to all of my people that came through, all the people that are watching on Twitch. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I am Nix's J, aka the Goth Pitbull. That is a name that was so lovingly given to me by a member of the Alphabet Mafia, one of your very own. Happy Pride Month. But as always, I have been Nixus, and I will catch y'all in the next live stream. See ya.